I knew eventually I was going to have to make a video on Keemstar being hypocritical. It was just a matter of time. Let's get right into the news. But I have no beard now, so that wasn't as effective. Skip it up and that up. So anyway, my boy Augie RFC, check out his YouTube channel, I'll have a link to it below in the description, had on Keemstar talking about H3H3 Productions. And Keemstar is big mad at H3H3. And look, I think both of them could be outright douches at times. So I'm not defending either or here. But if you remember back when the whole beef between H3H3 and Keemstar it was like late spring, early summer, when it was like in full bloom, the big thing that, and hey, I agreed with Keemstar, I didn't like that H3 did this because H3 took an indirect shot at Keemstar's sponsor, G Fuel, and G Fuel got a lot of heat because of the H3 videos that were made on Keemstar. And Keemstar supposedly walked away from G Fuel. Well, anyway, Keemstar still has a bunch of beef with H3H3, and he was on Augie's podcast, and this is what he had to say.
I ignore everything to do with the man, right? Like I have like a bunch of people were building a case. He's cost me about close to $500,000 in damages. I'm going to wait until the last day, and then I'm literally going to take the Teddy Fresh away. I'm not even exaggerating. I have like literally a 3-man crew on this stuff, and like I don't know anything that's going on with him. Like I purposely ignore it. And I'll probably get in trouble for what I just said by my legal team. But like at the end of the day, like, I mean, when it's all said and done, it could be millions and millions of dollars that he's actually costed me. So, you know. I mean, I'm not allowed to say like how much money I make with G Fuel, but G Fuel alone, 1 year's salary is astronomical. Like I can't say what that is, but it's like,
from what I assume, I think it makes sense. I think you. I don't know. I'll tell you offline about it.
Okay. And then he also put a bunch of information out there that is like it's false, right? Like it's not reality. And you know, he did it in a way to hurt me. Like, so when you go to court, you have to prove that this person had malicious intent. I can prove that he had malicious intent. I can prove that he did this so my sponsors would drop me, right? Like I can prove that in a court of law without a shadow of a doubt, and I'm going to take your kid's college fund, and it's making me happy.
First off, weren't you the one who made the big to-do about him talking about G Fuel, which I agree that you shouldn't take shots at people's sponsors, especially if it's a smaller YouTuber. A lot of times, smaller YouTubers who are just on the coming up depend on crowdfunding. They depend on sponsors because, especially if you're doing a huge production value video where you can only make like 2 a month, even if those videos get a few 100,000 views each, you can't depend on that. You just can't do it. You need to have other sources. You can't just depend on the ad revenue that comes from YouTube AdSense to sustain you. So yeah, Keemstar was right calling out H3H3 for doing that. It was just a low blow move. Look, you don't like Keemstar, you want to call him out for all the crap he has done throughout the years. Fine. But stay away from that. Not for Keemstar. He's a multimillionaire. It doesn't matter that he lost his sponsor, but it sets the precedent for other YouTubers. But here you are, Keem, talking about you're going to take away H3's kids' college fund. You're going to destroy Teddy Fresh. You're going to do all this. So that makes you no better. You're being a hypocrite by doing the same thing you cried about H3 doing. And on top of it, according to your own words, unless you were just doing this because it was pride and you didn't want to say that G Fuel actually dropped you, you said that you walked away from G Fuel. Don't believe me? Take a look at the video. It's Keemstar's own mouth on camera saying it. Enjoy.
And another thing you did in this video is an absolute first for YouTube. You went after my sponsors. You went after my sponsors. If you think the YouTube community is happy with you right now, you got to be out of your mind. You have ushered in this new era where people that have beefs on each other go after their sponsors. Like, this has never happened before, but it's happening now. It's happening now. And you did that. You started this. And because of all the hate that G Fuel recently got from your stupid video, I got in contact with them. I'm no longer with G Fuel anymore. I walked away. They don't deserve to have hate because of our beef. I walked away. I walked away. I walked away. I walked away.
Keemstar, you said you walked away. You just said that you would have a case in court against Ethan and Gila because G Fuel dropped you. But there's video evidence, so if you actually bring them to court, which I don't think is going to happen, if you actually bring them to court, they could say, hey, Keemstar just said that he walked away from G Fuel. Our videos didn't make them drop him. So even if they did drop you and you just wanted to save face, your case is done from the words that come from your own mouth. Look, I think both Ethan and Keemstar are both hypocrites. But this was just hypocrisy to the nth degree. And what bothers me is that these big, huge channels set the standards on the platform, and mistakes they make have a trickle-down effect, and that's why I like to call them out. Keemstar, you're doing the same thing that you called out Ethan for, so it makes you no better. This is Rich of Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one. Hey, if you enjoy my content, consider becoming a Review Tech USA member. I'll have a link below in the description. I live stream now on this channel all the time, and it gives you access to cool emoticons to use as well while I live stream. Again, link below in the description. Thank you for your continued support.